So I pose this question. Here's the killer. Is kissing essential in a relationship? It is up to personal preference. And I'm not here to say you must do this. The 11th commandment, John says you shall not kiss. To me, based on what we've just talked about, I don't think it's necessary and essential. Someone recently said to me, my child asked me how far it is that you can kiss, how far do you go? And they said, no exchanging of bodily fluids is appropriate. I think it kind of freaked out the high school kid a little bit. And he never went to his mum again. But. Okay, I'll admit that as a young teenager, I was someone you just can't wait to meet someone you love and you can kiss them. But then I thought, after you have a few relationships, you see, okay, we need to look at the steps that follow that kiss and the strength of two individuals. Is it really worth wondering, is that person going to stop? Do I have to stop? We're in that grey area. No one's looking at the clock again. Is it really worth lining up for confession the next day, wondering, have I gone too far? Where do I stop? Where are the boundaries? It's grey. I can't see. I don't know where I have to stop. It's up to you to set your own standards on it. There's two scenarios, if I was to hear one girl say, and I know I've known, Catholic girls in the past who have said this, they said, when I go out, I'll kiss anyone if they're good looking and, they're giving me attention. Okay, you've got that one approach. You're still saving yourself for marriage, sexually. But remember, it's not how much we can get away with before marriage, it's the more firsts you can give your future spouse, the better. And that can start today no matter what we've done. The more firsts you can give your future spouse, the happier marriage you will have. Okay, there's the other scenario. I know other girls who are saying, I'm going to save kissing for marriage, so when I meet my husband, I can tell him he's the only man I've ever kissed, let alone the only man I've slept with. Now, these are two very different standards. I have my opinions of which one shows more love. Okay, and like I said, this is a room full of sinners, myself included. We're all sinners. We've all made mistakes and done the wrong thing. But it doesn't mean we can't get up today and make changes in our life and change our standards. Jesus said he makes all things new again. While kissing is a beautiful thing, it's something you need to discuss if you're in a relationship, because it can be a dangerous thing in the wrong context. Think about your standards and what your actions are doing. Okay, the last point of modesty I want to touch on is dress code. How are we going for time? Got a little bit longer? Or? Okay. Right. The way women dress. Do you want to turn his head or his heart? It's pretty easy to get a guy to turn his heart. You just stand there. Sorry, you run around the oval while they're stretching in the footy circle and they all just, like clowns at the show with their mouth open. Like, and they look like a real idiot, but, they're happy. Don't advertise what's not for sale with our dress code. Can you imagine putting up a sign? You've got a house that you love. You put up a sign out the front that says for sale. Some guy comes and knocks on the door and you're like, get away, you pervert, I'm not selling this house. He's like, whoa, I got a completely different message from that sign at the front that says for sale. Just remember, our body speaks a language. The way you dress sends a message to us guys. Don't underestimate the power. We talk about feminism. If you want power, this is power. When you dress and you act in this way, you become the neck on the man and you turn his head wherever you like. That's from a movie, The Big Fat Greek Wedding or something. Stole that. So like I said, don't underestimate the power that you have. If you're not going to act like a lady or dress like a lady, you can't expect us to treat you like a lady. You need to think about the message you send. Do you send out the message knowingly or, like we said, possibly unknowingly? The greatest thing about me is my body. Or do you send out quite frankly, my body's worth waiting to see, mate. Remember, if your body is what wins a guy, what do you think is going to keep him for 50 years of marriage? If your body is what wins a guy, that's what will keep him. You have the choice of how you are treated by the way you dance, dress, talk, act. If you want guys to take you seriously, modesty is the only way. You can tell how a woman wants to be treated. When you go out shopping, don't think, does my bum look big in this? You all know you ask it. Don't think, does this make me look fat? Think to yourself, where does this outfit draw attention to? This is very practical. When you're in that, you're in that mirror, you've got one there and one at the back, so you can see your rear view. Think to yourself, where does this outfit draw most attention to? To my body parts or to my face? Make guys look at your face. I strongly recommend that. I recall times I've been in the presence of a woman who's dressed in a way that certainly does not draw my attention to her face. And even as a guy, I'm trying to live the right way, trying to do the right things, trying to be pure. That little bit of wiring in your brain that got messed up at original sin, it just kicks back in and you have a bit of a malfunction, you get back on your way. But even that's me trying to be a good person, trying to live properly, trying to be pure. Imagine what a guy's doing if he doesn't care. Okay, so what does a guy think of you if he comes across you and you dress poorly, immodestly? That dirty word we're not allowed to say. When a man comes across a person acting immodestly, there's one opinion that comes into their head. They start to treat you like a commodity, like a product, an object. Guys, you stare at a hamburger at Macca's, can't wait to eat it. It's a double quarter pounder. That's like my favourite. You eat it, you consume it, you take all the goodness from it, or the badness. And then you throw that wrapper away. You think, geez, I can't wait to eat another one, but, I'll get a different one next time. You consume it, you throw out that wrapper. Throw out, that's that important words in there. They have the attitude of getting what they can, and then it's gone, but it doesn't matter because they're satisfied for the moment. Next time, they'll have a different burger, maybe a McChicken or something to live with healthier. Unfair, you might say, but I'm speaking on a guy's behalf. And that's what can pop into a guy's heart in this fallen world where we fail to see each other with a purity of heart. That instant lack of respect, divorce, separation. To divorce something is to separate two things that are meant to be together. Your body and your soul are meant to be together here on earth. They're inseparable. I recall one time after university, a couple of years ago, being out with some friends, celebrating finishing uni, and we're in a group, and they looked over at a group of girls, and they, even the girls in my group commented and said, gee, they're not wearing much. And the guy's comment was, oh, well, at least you know what you're getting. So that's that concept, that the whole idea of a girl is how much I can get from her. The thing with guys these days is they're so lazy. Because sometimes girls make it too easy for them to be won. They're too easy to get. Many guys refer to girls acting immodestly. Another thing they used to say is, oh, well, she's an easy target.